Hey YouTube, Shukin Shobi here with a review of the D-Arts. Hey YouTube, Shukin Shobi here with a review of the D-Arts Mega Man X Zero Type 2. He's Type 2 because they released one already, or he just needs to take pills for his diabetes instead of actually taking insulin. So here we have the package done in a black and gold color scheme, even though he's red, but we'll excuse that. Zero Type 2 in a nice metallic right here. Rockman X. The Capcom logo right there. Zero right there. Awesome. Face parts included. Yay. So, here is Zero in the form that we all know and love. As I mentioned before, there was a Type 1, which was just called Zero. And he is right here. This is his first appearance mold, which is a lot closer to X's design. He has the patterned body here. He doesn't have the shoulder pads. He's just got a little ball there. The Buster is a little bit different, as you can see right here. But aesthetic-wise, it's fairly the same figure. But this one is obviously the form that we all know very well. So I really like it. Zero is one of my favorite characters, mostly because A, I like red, 2, I like swords, and he was just more fun to play as in the X games, in my opinion. Feel free to disagree, that's fine. So I'm very excited to own and have this figure. He's been sitting on my desk for quite a while with all my other X figures. So personally, I really like him. Articulation-wise, the hair is on a ball joint, so it does have movement, which is nice. The head itself is on a ball joint and the neck swivel right there, so tons of movement. It's hard for him to look up because of the hair. It's possible, it just takes a lot of finicking. And he shares the same joints with all the other X figures, a simple plastic ball joint and socket right there. You just plug it right in. They do allow mix and match, so you can put X's pieces on Zero. You can put Zero Type 2s on the original Zero, on Full Armor X, on Vile. Any of the figures have full compatibility with each other, so if you want to do that, feel free. Double joint right there, hidden very well by this little plate right there. So that's always nice. And then a simple ball and socket for the hands. The thighs aren't bad. I really wish there was a little bit of a better swivel in here. You can't really get straight kick back. You can kick in the front fairly well, but you just can't get there in the back. And then, again, a double joint in there at the knee that is hidden very well by that plate. Again, I have problems with the feet on these figures. I know that's how the characters are designed, and I appreciate them being accurate. But it's very hard to get a completely flat footing on these figures. Oftentimes they end up a little bit wobbly. This is actually probably one of the best ones I've got so far, in terms of actually standing straight without much wobble. So that's always fun too, but it's going to get completely ruined. So really nice overall. I don't have any problems with the paint details or the sculpt details. I think everything in there is about as perfect as it can be. And overall, just an absolutely wonderful figure. He does come with a number of effect parts and various other things. I'm going to hope he doesn't fall. I don't think he will. So he's got the Buster, like I showed off before. I can attach that to either hand, just remove the upper arm, or the lower arm part, rather. 2 weapon holding hands to hold the Z-Sabers. This version does come with Z-Sabers. And then 2 relaxed hands, because those are cool and necessary. A Buster cap to put on the Buster so that you can put the X shoot parts in there. So if you want to do that, you have that ability. 2 alternate heads, which I'll show a demonstration of in a second when I'm done looking at the Z-Sabers. You've got an angry face and a kind of looking over going "Rrr" face. That's my description of it. Now, you get 3 Z-Sabers. You get one that's a little bit thinner with a fairly sharp point, one that is thicker and more rounded, And then one that has a very cool slash effect. So if you can actually get him in a pretty nice slashing pose, this is perfect for that. Now one thing I find kind of weird, on this one too, is the fact that these are removable from the base. So you can actually just have him hold the Z-Saber itself, if you want to. But these are all completely removable from the hilt, so they didn't really need to give you 3 hilts. But I think it's kind of neat that they did, just so if you lose one, you've got backups. So if something breaks or you lose one of the Z-Saber hilts, you still got 2 more. So I think that was a pretty nice little touch that they didn't have to do, considering they engineered it to come apart. But that's always fun. So if we take a look at the head removing gimmick, it's actually kind of on the more difficult side of things, because I'm honestly not entirely sure how to do it. Remove the head, pop that off, move the neck a little bit, and this is going to split apart just like that. So you got his head here and the hairpiece area back here. Push the face forward back here, so it's just his helmet. So you got a cool little display piece with his helmet if you wanted to do that for some reason. And then you just pop in the new head right in there. There's a little peg and a hole if you can get it in straight, which I can't seem to do. Actually, there isn't. It just sits flush in there, and then you put it together. So you've got the angry face and the looking to the side face. I'm going to personally stick with the face that came in it. I like the more normal looks to my Zero figures. And now he's got this red line on his face. That's kind of obnoxious. But it's going to get covered up anyway. That's where it came from in the first place. So just pop the neck back on, or the head back on, depending on which joint gave first when you pulled on it. So, obviously, going to give him a Z-Saber, so pop off this arm, Z-Saber. I'm going to do the pointy one just because I like that one, because it's pointy. I like pointy things. That was sadistic. Place it right back into the joint, which I believe it's in. And I'm going to go for a more relaxed pose with the Z-Saber. There's something along the lines of that. Something very simple. You can get more dynamic poses than this, obviously, but I just kind of would rather go for something simple. I'm not really great at posing to begin with, and then the D-Arts figures, I just find a little bit more complicated to pose than the Figure Arts or something like that, just because these do have a tendency of having their limbs pop off because of the swappable parts gimmick and stuff. They're just, the joints aren't as solid as they could be, so the arms have tendencies to fall off, sometimes the legs fall off. I mean, it's not a defect of the figure, and I don't hate it or anything like that, but it kind of prevents some very dynamic poses because you can't just get it into the position that you want it to. But anyway, Zero Type 2 is an excellent figure. If you're a fan of Zero, this is a absolute must own. If you passed on Zero Type 1, congratulations, because this one's much better looking overall. The Zero Type 1's still a good figure, but this is the Zero that we all know, we all love. He's got the Z-Sabers. In fact, he's got 3 of them. He's still got the Buster. He's got some different hands, some different faces. I'd like to see some more accessories that are like on the littler side, like E-tanks or little capsules or anything of the sort. But regardless, absolutely stellar figure. The only thing I think could have been improved is the hairpiece. I feel like there could have been one more section with another joint in there just to get a little bit more dynamic of poses with the hair than what you can do. But just a minor nitpick that doesn't really influence my thought of the figure any. I love it. My favorite X release to date, and it probably will be my favorite for quite a long time, I think. The next one released was Vile. That is released already. It was a Tamashii Web exclusive or a US exclusive. nor just normal retail in the U.S. I haven't picked that one up yet for budgetary reasons, but as soon as I get it, I will go ahead and do the review and such. So the next one will be Vile. At Comic-Con, Bluefin did show that they have plans to make the black armor of Zero Type 2, the power armor, the ride armor, we'll go with that Vile sits in, making that, and making a large-scale Sigma figure. So, you can check out pics of that. Just search for, like, Bluefin Comic-Con 2012, and you can probably find it. Or search somewhere on our Otaku. We've got an article about it somewhere there if you want to check that out. So anyway, enough rambling. Really awesome figure. Definitely recommended for Zero fans. So you can check out ShogunShobi.com for latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out Riders, Rangers, and Rebels.com, bringing you the latest token news in the craziest way possible. So take care and have a great one.